He was about to finish work and head home when he received a message from the hospital. His wife had been attacked by a criminal on her way home. By the time he arrived at the hospital, his wife was lying in a hospital bed, covered in wounds. Anger and helplessness built up in his heart. Even though the police quickly launched an investigation, he still felt guilty for not being able to do anything. At that moment, a man who introduced himself as Bailey approached him. He said they had found the culprit. The criminal's fate would either be a few years in prison or walking free, but they specialized in punishing such people for free, asking only that Jack help them with one small task afterward. After some hesitation, Jack refused. Bailey didn't insist, only saying that if Jack changed his mind, he could buy a chocolate bar from the vending machine. Back in the hospital room, Jack gently stroked his wife's hair, only to be sharply pushed away by her in a reflexive motion. This action felt like a thorn stabbing Jack's heart. He walked straight to the vending machine, spent just $2, and bought the chocolate. This decision pushed him onto an irreversible path. That night, the organization sent an assassin to the criminal's home. The assassin's methods were clumsy. After a struggle, he barely managed to eliminate the criminal. The police concluded that the criminal had committed suicide in fear of punishment. This result comforted his wife a little. After 6 months of recovery, his wife gradually overcame the shadow hanging over her heart. Just when their life seemed to be getting back on track, Jack received a call from Bailey. They met in an underground garage, and Bailey handed him a letter, asking him to mail it at a specific time and place. As long as he completed the task, the deal would be done. The next day, Jack arrived at the designated place to send the letter. Just as he was about to mail it, he suddenly received another call from Bailey. Bailey instructed him to follow the mother and daughter listed in the letter, and upon encountering the man mentioned, to say the code phrase "Hungry Rabbit Jumps." After waiting at the zoo gate, Jack saw the mother and daughter, but after following them all day, he still hadn't seen the man. Just when he thought the matter was over, the next day after work, a stranger handed him a file. It contained more pictures of the man with other women. The man's real identity was a sex offender. Even worse, the new order was for Jack to eliminate him. Jack immediately refused the request, but Bailey didn't care, continuing to explain the plan's details. After a night of painful struggle, Jack chose to back down. After a day of teaching, Bailey found Jack again, angrily accusing him of breaking his word. Jack retorted that he wasn't the law enforcer, that he didn't know revenge would come at the cost of murder, and refused to take part in the organization's next actions. But it was too late. When Jack returned home, he found that someone had broken into his house, even leaving words on the fridge for him to choose from. Realizing that the organization was threatening their lives, Jack had no choice but to compromise for his wife's safety. The next day, he waited under the overpass for the target. Soon after, a man pushing a bicycle walked by. Jack stood there, conflicted, and at the critical moment, he chose to back down. He approached the man and tried to explain his situation, but the man suddenly attacked, pushing Jack dangerously toward the edge. Luckily, after a desperate struggle, Jack broke free. Just as he was about to explain again, the man attacked once more. In the chaos, an accident occurred. Things quickly escalated. Jack hurriedly fled the scene, fighting back fear as he returned to school. His life had started to spiral out of control. Jack had hoped to trade his compromise for his wife's peace, but never expected to step into the pit of revenge. Revenge, as it turned out, was never a cure for pain, but the rope that dragged him into the abyss.